Low libido has one real cause, and it's not stress. You have been lied to about why your sex drive is gone. I have treated over 1,200 men for this. Every single one of them was blaming stress, age, or their relationship. None of those is right. Everyone is looking in the wrong place. I totally get this because when your sex drive starts dropping, the answers feel obvious. Work is insane. You're exhausted. You've been with the same woman for a decade and routines have taken over, and no one else around is doing much better. Your doctor shrugs. Your buddies say the same thing happened to them. Your partner wonders if it's the relationships. These explanations feel true because they're not completely wrong. Stress does mess with your hormones and does matter. Long relationships do change things. So we start thinking we just need to put in more effort, right? Or have more patience. But nobody stops to ask if there is something else going on. And here's what I've seen after doing this for over 20 years. The men who stayed stuck were the ones who worked the hardest on the wrong answer. Guys in couples therapy for years, guys who cleaned up their diets, started lifting again, slept 8 hours a night, did everything right, and they still felt nothing. Doing the wrong thing harder doesn't fix anything. It just costs more precious time. Here is what is actually wrong. So let me just tell you what's actually going on. Testosterone is the biological engine behind male sexual desire. And when it drops, the drive doesn't fluctuate. It doesn't come back on a good weekend. It doesn't show up on vacation. It doesn't return when work calms down or when you and your partner are in a great place. It's just gone, flat, consistent, regardless of what's happening around you. If it's a real relationship problem, your sex drive comes back when things are good. If it's a hormonal problem, it doesn't come back at all. Here's what makes it so hard to catch. Testosterone doesn't fall off of a cliff overnight. It fades over time. And we don't want to admit we have a testosterone problem. It's easier to blame work, your wife, your partner, or just slowing down. And look, I lived this personally. I was a medical practitioner in the healthcare space, and I was treating men for exactly this problem. And I had no idea my own testosterone was in the tank, in the gutter. I was exhausted, no drive, told myself it was the pressure of building a practice. Turned out I had severe hormonal imbalances that nobody ever tested for. And when we fixed it, I didn't get calmer or more rested version of the tired guy I had become. I got the original back. Actually, I got a better version. Stop waiting for life to get easier so your sex drive comes back. When your sex drive comes back, your life will get easier. You will feel better. How to tell if this is you. So here's what I want you to do right now. Think back to the last time life was genuinely good. A vacation, perhaps. A calm month. A stretch where things with your partner were easy and you weren't drowning in stress. Now rate your desire during that specific window. Honest number, 1 to 10. If it was still low, even then, that's your answer. Because stress and circumstances don't explain a drive. It stays flat when everything around you is good. That's not a mood problem. That is a biology problem. Second thing, think about when this actually started, not an exact date, just roughly when you last felt like yourself. If you have to go back 5, 7, 10 years and the change was so gradual, you barely noticed it. That's the pattern I see in almost every man I treat. And third, ask yourself if it's just the sex drive that went quiet, or was it also the motivation, the edge, your appetite for your own life, the willingness to push to demand more, to give a damn about what you're building in life. Because if those went quiet around the same time, that wasn't a coincidence. When testosterone drops, it doesn't just take your sex drive, it takes the version of you that gave a damn. Real quick, if this is hitting close to home, please subscribe. Every week, I put out content on what's actually driving the symptoms men in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s are dealing with. Stuff most providers aren't testing for and most men never think to ask about. Hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Why your doctor missed it. So why did nobody catch this? You probably had blood work done at some point. Maybe your doctor even checked your testosterone and he told you everything looked fine. Everything is normal. The standard range includes every man from 18 to 100. Sick men, sedentary men, men who haven't felt good in years. Your doctor compared you to all of them. If your number wasn't the worst in that group, guess what? He called you normal. And most of the time, they only checked total testosterone, not free testosterone, which is the amount your body can actually use, not SHBG, which is the protein that grabs onto your testosterone and locks it away so your cells can't do anything with it. A guy can have a total testosterone number that looks completely fine on paper and still be running on empty because most of what's in the blood is bound up and unavailable to use. You need a comprehensive lab test to tell you exactly what's wrong. Your doctor didn't order it. What to do today? So here's the move. Call your doctor, call your medical provider, and ask for a full hormone panel, not just a total testosterone. Include free testosterone, bioavailable testosterone, SHBG as well, and tell them you want to know if your levels are optimal for your age, not just whether they fall inside the standard range. Those are two completely different questions, and you now know the difference. And if your doctor tells you your numbers are normal and shuts the conversation down, you can give me a call. The link is in the description. Look, stress is real. Age is real. Long relationships change things. Nobody's arguing with that, but none of those things kill a man's drive and keep it dead no matter how good life gets. That is biology, and you know what to ask for, so go get it. If the lab section hits home, specifically the part about normal not meaning optimal, the next video on this channel breaks down exactly what a complete hormonal and testosterone panel looks like and what questions to ask before you trust your next result. It's linked right here. Go watch it.